What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Green Cheek Beer Company, and they're headquartered in Orange, California, and this is their swim test. So they're calling this one a double dry hopped hazy triple IPA, and it comes in at 10.2% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. This can is approximately 3 weeks old. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and a viewer of the channel, Bud, for hooking me up with this one. So big thanks to him for this beer. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies he hooked me up with. And he sent me 6 beers from the West Coast, all of them hop forward, and he sent me a Green Cheek beer. And I've had a couple courtesy of Bud, and they've been really good. They're, what was it? Just 2 things, Citra and Talus, that I reviewed last year, courtesy of Bud. Fantastic. They did Talus proper, and it was an absolutely delicious beer. So I'm really excited about this one, and that is because I know this is one of Bud's favorite triple IPAs. And this one is brewed with Citra and Nelson Sauvin hops, and then double dry hop with Citra and a touch of Nelson. So I'm really excited about this one. Really fresh too at 3 weeks old, and yeah, can't wait to get into this one. Although shit just went everywhere. Now, Bud did say this one, pretty sure it was this one, exploded on him. I think so, right, Bud? Didn't explode on me. I was going to open up off camera, but I was like, let's see what happens. No gushing here. So, yeah, that looks like hop milk juice. Milky hop juice, something like that. So I'm glad that mine, it did not, go everywhere. I kept them cold soon as he sent me the, oh man, it just stopped me in my tracks. The aroma is wild in this one. So yeah, that has that. I feel like a lot of folks are looking for this nowadays, that milky, light kind of yellow color into orange. Has about a finger, just over a finger. On camera, it's going to look really creamy probably, but it's more soap sudsy as I look down at it. Murky, turbid, can't see through it. That's kind of what folks want nowadays. And for a triple IPA, this looks fantastic. Let's get a nose. Yeah, wow. All right, look. The first 3 beers I've reviewed from Bud are all like triple dry hopped or double dry hop triple IPAs. Is that fair? Probably not, but they are all super intense and just smell divine, like next level. It's just fantastic. Like, what else can I say about this? Oh, it has such like this dank, almost kind of marijuana dankness, like definitely green. But like not like a hot burn or like too green. It just has like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Is that diesel? Maybe it's the diesel Bud. Yeah, it smells fucking hot. I just want to say it smells. So a lot of citrus. I'm getting like sweeter orange, almost like, I don't know, like an orange ice cream. Orange Julius. Dare I say orange sorbet? I don't really say sorbet, but it kind of has that kind of feel to it, like a sorbet into like orange Julius. Real big, maybe tangerine too. Then there's pineapple. The Nelson starts to kick in. Pineapple, your typical white grapes, passion fruit. But I'm getting a lot of orange and pineapple, just a ton. And then it's that dank, herbaceous, just almost earthy tomato stalk, vines of a white grape, just kind of, it just smells awesome. I'm getting chills from a beer because I'm stupid. It smells sweet, but reserved in its sweetness, 10.2%. I'm expecting a sweetness, a triple IPA, but I recently reviewed, I don't know when you're going to see these in what order because I'm not good at what I do, but the double dry hopped Hang My Boots from Monkish, and then whatever the North Park one was, Inversion of Time, which is a triple dry hop, triple IPA. They did a great job of like balancing out that sweetness and making them super drinkable. I hope that's the case here. Now I just got like, go back to the sorbet thing, like pineapple sorbet, or I've had it before, like pineapple soft serve. It just has that kind of sweetness you would get with that, and that kind of just like, almost like, at least there's lactose in here. I'm sure there's not, but like a lactose kind of thing, or vanilla. Oh, it smells fun. Listen, Bud, you're spoiling me in the best but also worst way possible, because it's like you're giving me all these crazy, double dry hop, triple IPAs, and just like, I don't know what's going on. Cheers, everybody. Thanks, Bud. You probably should just shut off these reviews at this point from Bud because, again, they're all triple IPAs, either double dry hopped or triple dry hopped, and they're all very similar in the quality. Definitely different in the way these beers are constructed and the flavor profiles and everything, but they're just fucking so good. You know, I see Bud, and Bud, I'll be honest with you, buddy, heart to heart here, although my heart's a little broken. I see Bud, you know, checking a lot of beers on Untappd. And a lot of them he gives 5 out of 5s or 4.75s or 4.5s. I'm like, Bud, you can't, all this stuff you're drinking can't be that good. When I see like a 4.25 or a 4 out of 5, I'm like, he probably didn't love it. You know, he's probably all right, right? A couple of the beers I sent him, he gave 4 out of 5. It's even lower, and it's fine. It's, you know, can't always send folks the best beer out there. I try. But Bud obviously sends me a lot of beers. But when I see stuff like this and him checking in 5 out of 5, 4.75, I'm just like, dude, yes, I get it, Bud. I get it. These are absolutely delicious. I just want to say that because, you know, having the Monkish and the North Park and then this, like, these are all, the reason he sent them is because he loves these beers. And he gives them high scores and he likes them. And he kind of knows my palate. He watches a lot of the reviews. You know, we've exchanged beers, you know, numerous times now. He kind of gets me. He knows what I like. He knows I like this beer. So I just want to fucking kind of drink this and not really review it, but you're here for a beer review. Body on this one, a little bit thin, but if you know the channel and you know what I like this. Higher side of medium, maybe approaching low full, but more higher side of medium. It makes it so drinkable at 10.2%. The mouthfeel, it has a soft, smooth, creamy kind of vibe to it. Not overly so. This isn't, for me, like this, again, and this is where we all have our difference of opinions and what we like and what we know. And like, I always put other halves, you know, mouthfeels at the top of the food chain for me. Some folks will say Treehouse or Fiden's, Hop Butcher, Monkish, whoever, right? Like whatever you enjoy. This isn't as good as like a top tier other half mouthfeel for me, but it's not that far off. It just needs a little bit more creamy, but a lot of the mouthfeels that are fantastic from other half have lactose in them. So does this? Maybe, maybe not, but probably not. So is it fair? Probably not. But the flavors are just outstanding. The one thing I'm noticing about these triple IPAs that Bud has sent me from the West Coast, they just pop with flavor. And these are pretty fresh, you know. This was 3 weeks old, 3.5 weeks old for Monkish's double dry hopped Hang My Boots, and then just under a month old for North Park's inversion of Time. But they're all pretty fresh, and what I like about them, I'm not getting a significant hop burn like some breweries will kick out. From the palate, tons of citrus, orange, tangerine, tangelo, maybe a little ruby red grapefruit, sweeter, juicy, and sweet, just sweet and juicy, basically citrus fruit from the palate. Passes through pineapple. And again, you go back to orange and pineapple, you could say sorbet. For me, I'm going more like soft serve. It has a vanilla tinge to me that I'm getting. It's sweeter crushed pineapple with a sweeter orange Julius, something like that. And that's all at the forefront. After that, I get a little bit of the Nelson influence from like the white grapes. There's like a white wine dryness on the back of the palate, but more white grapes. But I'm getting like passion fruit too. I don't want to say it's super substantial, but it's noticeable. Maybe even a bit of kiwi, something different. This one finishes semi to full on dry. The dryness here is beautiful because it stops it in its tracks. And again, it's like a white wine dryness. It's not really bitter. Like I'm not drinking this at all and thinking, oh, that's bitter. No, not at all. It's really dry. But it does have a pretty big, like dank kind of finish to it. I wouldn't even say it's like herbaceous or floral or like green, like I was saying in the nose, it's just dank. But there's a lot of times I'll say that has a dank herbaceous bitterness or has a dank bitterness or herbaceous bitterness. It doesn't really have a bitterness. It just has like a dank kind of feel to it. And it's not really bitter. 10.2%. I think this does, of the 3 triple IPAs from Bud's beer mail, I think this one does the best hiding the alcohol. I get a little warming in the chest, but nothing else. And that's beautiful. Slight smidge of hot burn as I continue to drink on it, but again, it's not building. It's barely noticeable. And I would think in a couple weeks that will be completely gone. The one thing that you might notice about these reviews is I'm taking them right to the dome piece. I mean, this is so easy to drink that it's scary, and it scares me. It's fucking divine. Where do I rank this? I gave pretty much the Monkish one and the North Park one in the 4.75 range, and I'm gonna have to do the same with this. Like Green Cheek's Swim Test, their double dry hopped Hazy Triple IPA, like this is just fucking awesome. So I have no issues. I think stopping it from getting, Is this the best of the ones I've had? I think this is my favorite of the ones he sent, triple IPA wise. So on Untappd, I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5. I probably should buy the whatever the premium is so I can like do like 0.1 ratings. But I'm gonna give Swim Test from Green Cheek. I'm gonna give this a low 5 out of 5. I'm gonna give this a 4.9 out of 5. That's where this beer lands for me. There's just something about it that's just doing it for me. Maybe it's the, I know it sounds stupid. Maybe it's the, lack of complexity compared to like the Monkish and the North Park, which don't get me wrong, I love complexity, but sometimes something this is still complex, but not as complex as those, but just something about like the drinkability of this just kind of puts it over the edge for me. I think with a better mouthfeel, this is a 5 out of 5, but it's damn close. It's a 4.9. Highest rating I've given a hop forward beer in a hot minute. It's fucking awesome. Thank you, Bud. I cannot thank you enough. Price and availability, I think Bud said these were $24 a 4-pack at the brewery all day, every day. Probably the same price you'd pay from like an other half on the East Coast for something that's double dry hopped than a triple IPA, if not like 22, still in the same realm. It's California, I get it. And then availability, I don't know about Green Cheek. I don't really hear too many people get Green Cheek outside of California. If you do, post in the comment section. They might get some drips and drabs into other, states out west, but like where we don't see Green Cheek out here in Buffalo, New York at all. So listen, I'm only halfway through Bud's beer mail. He sent me 6 beers. I've drank 3. They've been all the triple IPAs, and he's fucking nailed it. To this point, he has nailed it. These beers are all fucking top notch, delicious triple IPAs. And Bud, like I said, I can't thank you enough. You sent some awesome beers my way. And like I said, I see your check-ins like, oh, it's 5 out of 5, 4.75, 4 out of 5, or 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, I get why. So I get you. Hopefully you get me. And at the end of the day, I get everyone. Not really, just some people. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm starting to get like kind of buzzed from this beer. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm probably going to finish the rest of this in like 10-15 minutes, which is not a great idea, but it's just too delicious to kind of sip on and savor. It's like taking it to the dome piece. Anyway, thanks to Bud. Thanks everybody. To the next one. Cheers.